Hey there, hope you're doing well. My name is Krish and I run the engineering team at Snowpal. We've taken a look at some of our products and features in the previous videos. So if you haven't checked them out, certainly do so. So in this presentation, I'm going to pick up from where I left off in the previous one. So let's go through these slides because we've actually discussed these items. We talked about our features, our other products and APIs. We're going to focus this presentation on terminologies, right? So because once you know the roads, driving becomes a whole lot easier. So here's some of our terminologies. And again, if you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us. Go to calendly.snowpal.com to book time with us or send an email to varun@snowpal.xyz. So without further ado, let's get going with the terminologies. We have a lot of features. I'm just going to literally skim the surface here. Resources, right? So you'll see words like keys, blocks, pods, and block pods, right, as terminologies. That's the first thing you want to get acquainted with, right? A key is a container, right? So think of it as a project, a board, or a view. It's just an entry point to your problem. So that's a key, right? It's a container. Now, blocks live within keys and serve as the foundational quote unquote building blocks to break your problem down, right? So once you have a container, you want to break that problem down into as to granular items, right? So those are served, blocks serve that particular purpose. Now, pods are very similar to blocks, but there are some differences, right? Pods can be children to keys, in which case they become siblings to blocks, and they are similar in that sense. But they're different because blocks are like folders, meaning you can have something underneath them, and pods are like files or leaves, meaning that is the lowest level. That is literally the single most important difference between those two items. We also have block pods because we've realized that customers need a third level of hierarchy, which is under blocks. So you can have keys, blocks, and then pods underneath blocks, which are called block pods, right? So pods can be either siblings to blocks, therefore children to keys, or they can be like block pods, which are children to blocks, therefore grandchildren to keys. Now, this is very simple. It just takes a minute to explain it, right? So if it's unclear, just play the last 30 seconds again, and it's going to answer all your questions. Some other verbiage that we have: tasks. You can create tasks for other people. That's again standard English terminologies. There's nothing more to explain there. Relations are ways to connect disparate resources, right? Now we have lots of keys, pods, block pods, and blocks. As your content grows, now you want to relate them. So look at them as like scope bookmarks. So you go to one of the blocks and you're like, hey, I have a relationship between this and some other disparate piece of content there, in which case you can establish that connection by creating a relation. When you relate A to B, B is related to A, so it's bidirectional. Checklists, you can add checklists and any number of checklists and checklist items to manage work being done, assign them to other people and whatnot, right? So it's standard checklist functionality. Favorites, I don't know if I have to explain that at all. It's adding and book, adding and removing favorites, so you know which ones you are favoriting and whatnot. Symbolic links, if you come from a Linux or a Unix world, you will understand that. Essentially, you can create content one time and link it any number of times, because let's say we also support copy and move functionality, obviously. But if you don't want to replicate or duplicate your content, and you actually want to have a single piece of content that's referenced through multiple containers and blocks, etc., because you want to lay them out nicely, links will actually help you do that. System keys are actually is a very cool feature. When you're collaborating with other people and they're sharing content with you, you can actually structure it however you want to structure it. But as a starting point, they are all available under system keys. So you can go look at the filters created by me, shared with others, and then that'll give you a good filtering of our content, right? So you should go to system keys to check out those features. So that's some of the terminology that we have here. In the next video, we'll take a look at some of our features, but this is a good point to end this video. Thank you.